everyone. Welcome back to our daily Hindu editorial analysis. Should I call it the Hindu? Possibly not, because we've been discussing various newspapers every day. And you are with Alpa Sharma on India's largest online education platform, that is Gradeup. Sahi prep hai to life set hai. It's a beautiful morning where I am right now. It's beautiful, and I hope your morning is equally good. How are you guys today? Hi Priya, Khushi, Shreya, Prajwal, Vishal, Yashashvi, yes. I hope you're doing absolutely good. How is the morning where you're staying? I hope it's beautiful as well. I hope you're working hard. Let's quickly have a look at what are we going to do today. So today is 28th of July. The month is about to end. Another month lesser in our preparation. I hope you realize that, right? We need to work even harder. We need to put in more effort with each passing day because the time is reducing. CLAT is coming closer. And possibly CLAT 2021's result is going to be out today or tomorrow, anytime soon. We're just hoping things turn out in our favor. So since today is 28th of July, I'm going to take two articles from 27th of July. And both the articles are not from the Hindu. So one article is from the Hindu and the other article is from the Indian Express. This article that I've taken from Indian Express has my heart. And it has your heart as well, I'm sure. We're going to see what this article is about. But for those people who do not know me, who are new here, my name is Alpa Sharma and I've been teaching for CLAT for the last 10 years. I've taught more than thousands of kids and helped them get into NLUs. Pretty good. Yes, only 9 months. Yes. So finally it's raining in Central India as well. Central India, Western India, it is finally raining. Varanasi as well. Okay. You know, सबसे loyal मेरे ये 13 बच्चे हैं एंड ग्रेडअप क्लास प्रिपरेशन का चैनल है जो क्लास स्टार्ट होते ही कहता है गाइस प्लीज लाइक दिस अमेजिंग सेशन and those 14 people who are the most loyal ones are the ones who like my session even before the class starts. I'm absolutely yes Priya, we are going to take one on Olympics and one medal that we have already won. So good things are coming ahead. PV Sindhu may actually get us another medal. She's doing tremendously well. देखते हैं आगे क्या होता है. Thank you, Swaikshik. It's actually difficult to pronounce your name. So what are we going to do today? We're going to take a quote of the day that you are going to tell me. Then we're going to revise 3 questions through yesterday's class vocabulary by one word substitution type of questions. We're going to revise that. Then we'll take up the entire vocabulary, phrasal verb and idioms and phrases from the 2 articles that we have a detailed discussion on. And in the end, you will tell me the tone of the author, plus you will also tell me the summary. Just a minute. You will also tell me the summary of both the articles. Remember, in only and only one line. Yesterday, all those people who had written the summary, they wrote it perfectly. I don't need to alter any one of your summaries. It was perfect. And finally, Arshita, I could see your summary under yesterday's video. So if Arshita is here, yes, I could see your summary. Usually there is something wrong. That isn't visible to me. But yesterday it was. So I've checked your summary as well. Yes, Prajwal, that is the article we're going to take. We're going to talk about Mirabai Chanu. Yes. In Gurugram, it's been raining since last night. Oh, finally, beautiful weather is here. But remember, that shouldn't deviate you from your studies. Ki mama pakode bana lo aaj long drive pe jaake aate. That shouldn't happen, okay? Just make sure this encourages you to work harder. That the weather is good. Let me work an hour additional. Let me take another concept and make it clear, okay? Okay. So this is what we're going to do. And remember, class ke end mein summary likhna in the comment section. We don't write the summary in the chat box. I'll not be able to check it. And for all those people who haven't seen the tone video yet, please go and watch it. Okay, so if you're targeting CLAT 22, our course has already launched. Yesterday, I had a class in that batch. There are 2 courses that we're launching. One is completely in English and the other is a bilingual course. So you could join either of the batches. Bilingual is exactly जैसे हम बात करते हैं क्लास में. Some English, some Hindi. It's a mixture of both the languages. But this batch is completely in English. So you could choose whatever suits you. But make sure you join at the earliest because this course is roughly for 10 months and this month is about to end. So the number of days are reducing and we need to work harder and harder and the time is less for us. So this course will be having a lot of tests, quizzes, classes, doubt classes, discussions, a lot of it. One to one, the sessions will also happen later on. So make sure you enroll with it at the earliest. Now, what is the tone? Who will, what is the quote of the day? Who will tell me? So Sai Kurada already has, oh, finally, I know your name, Ikshita. Ikshita has a quote that says, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Exactly. You know what? Yesterday when I had a class, some people were telling me that people who have science background are usually those people who clear CLAT. Do you agree with this? I absolutely disagree with this fact. It doesn't matter what background you are from, or it doesn't matter how high your IQ is, or how good your mathematics is, or how good your science is. What matters is how good your logic is, simple, and how good you are with your reading speed. These are the two things right now are the most important parts that will help you clear CLAT and get into one of the top NLUs. So remember, what Ikshita says is absolutely correct. Hard work beats talent, but where you think the talent is missing, uh, hard work is the only thing that will come in handy. Remember, don't miss your hard work. All right? Yes, exactly. Okay, so, ma'am, at what time CLAT results will be released? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. It should be out anytime today. What is your score, Siddhant? What is your score? Have you given this year's CLAT? Commerce background have more time to. Lauren, I'll agree with you. In fact, if somebody comes to me and asks me, "Ma'am, कौन सा subject लेना चाहिए?" Because I'm absolutely clear. I want to sit for CLAT and aim the top two NLUs. I'll say take humanities. You'll have a lot of time, and some subjects in humanities will help you prepare your GK as well. So I completely disagree with the fact that students who have science background are more likely to clear CLAT. They have more burden on their head. Okay, so all right, 77. Siddhant, I'm just hopeful you should get any of the NLUs. I'm just hopeful about that. Don't be upset. Okay, don't be upset about that. Exactly, Aradhya, absolutely correct. So hard work matters. Okay, now let's come to the vocabulary from yesterday's class that we're going to revise, but I have to apologize about something here. So, you'll know what am I apologizing here for. What is the answer for this question? Regard as probable, expect, or predict. Is it conduit? Is it curtail? Is it anticipate? Is it jubilant? What is the answer here? Aryan, your score is very good. As per my and our prediction from the Gradeup CLAT team, you should certainly be scoring one of the uh, fourth NLU maybe, but nothing less than that. So I'm really, really hopeful with your score. Okay? Or are you anxious? Little anxiety is necessary. See? Anticipate? Yes. The answer is anticipate. Absolutely. Now, you know what am I apologizing for? I'm apologizing because all the other words are from yesterday's class and we had already done it. So I'm not going to discuss these words. Okay? Anticipate जब आप foresee करते हो कोई चीज जो होने वाली होती है. My anticipation, I'm anticipating very good result from our grade up students. Okay? So I'm not going to discuss the other words. Let's see the next question. Prosperous and growing, flourishing. Is it pungent? Is it thriving? Is it acerbic? Is it havoc? What is the answer? Also, if there are other people who have targeted CLAT 2021, could you please send me your scores? Aviral, it's very good. Aviral, just a minute, guys. Just a minute. Please give me 1 minute. Please give me 1 minute. Okay. Aviral, this score is very good. The answer here is thriving, absolutely thriving. So, uh, it even if there are difficulties, something that is thriving. That means something that is growing without being concerned about any obstacles that are around. You should be thriving while you're preparing for your examinations for CLAT. The next one, distinguishing with difficulty. You have difficulty in separating things by visuals or by senses. Is it antidote? Is it benediction? Is it discern? Is it ingrate? What is it? Okay. Rohan, even that is not a very bad score. You should be able to get some NLU with this score. Okay. Not yet, Prajwal, not yet. What is the answer? Just a minute, guys. Oh, ho. Give me 1 minute, Bachcha, please. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, absolutely. Discern is our answer here. Yes, discern is the answer. Yashashvi says 78. I'm hopeful about you also getting an NLU. Okay, so this is what it is. Now let's quickly look at the vocabulary from today's class. All those people who are sending me messages about your scores, please stick with me. I'm going to, by the end of the class, give 10 minutes specifically to you. We're going to discuss a lot about what colleges you might get uh, and what are your prospects. Okay, so by the end of the class, 10 minutes towards the end, we're going to discuss that. Tab tak chalo thoda sa editorial pad lete hain, since you are in a process of reading the editorial. So the first word from today's editorial is, okay, here you go. Okay, pummeled. What is pummeled? It is either you have a fight with something, okay, constant fight. That is pummeled. The other is, why are you having a fight with something? You are probably criticizing something. So there are two meanings, either to aggressively fight with something or to criticize. Both are equally correct meanings of pummeled. So the sentence here is, he felt like a boxer who had been pummeled mercilessly against the ropes, mercilessly striking. Okay, mercilessly means without any ounce of guilt, without any thought. आपने बिना किसी सोच समझ के उसको इतना hit किया is merciless. Unwary. Unwary is somebody who is not at all careful, who is not at all cautious. Kids are unwary. They run on the road. They're not aware of the risks that they might be hurt. So that is unwary. Accidents can happen to the unwary traveler. We know an accident happened in Himachal. Okay, so yes, that is unwary. The next word is vistas. Vistas, very beautiful. Kashmir's beautiful vistas, beautiful views. It's so pristine. Pristine is another word for vistas. Yes, pristine. Yes, Swaichik, the time will change. Yes, it will. Okay. So, but I'm yet to decide what is going to be the timing. Next week's आपका timing certainly change हो जाएगा. Okay, so vistas, beautiful views. Vistas देखने के लिए लोग चले जाते हैं हिमाचल and then they get unwary. We can link these two things. Okay, then comes vigil. Vigil is be very, very careful. Vigilant is a person who is very, very careful, who is aware and who takes every step very carefully. So careful watch or of possible danger or difficulties is a vigilant person. The burglar was spotted by vigilant neighbors. You have to be. They were careful. They were cautious. Okay, so that is vigil. The next word is pristine. Pristine, again, I can use it with relationship to vistas. Pristine is something that is absolutely unspoiled, naturally beautiful is pristine. Okay, so Kashmir again can be used in the same manner. Kashmir's valleys are pristine, they are unspoiled in actually the original condition. Okay, so not a lot of construction happening, not a lot of landslides happening because of the constructions, is pristine. Pristine copies of an early magazine, untouched, undisturbed, unspoiled. Next word is transcend. Transcend is to surpass something. So you have to this is something and then you completely surpass it. You are using the word transcend. He doubts that he will ever transcend Shakespeare. इसका मतलब वो शेक्सपियर से भी अच्छी राइटिंग लिख सकता है. You have to transcend your own score each time you sit for a mock. You have to surpass your own score. That is very, very necessary. Okay. Then last word for this slide is debilitating. Debilitating is very, very weak, not agile, not fit, weak because of illness or weak because it is not well maintained. Debilitating buildings, I can say, in Mumbai, and those buildings collapse when there's a lot of rainfall. So that is debilitating. I hope you get all the words here. Relentless and proliferate are synonyms. Okay, they are related words, yes. Not exact synonymous, but they are related. Thank you, Azhar. Exactly. Ayushi, absolutely correct. Pristine is also pure, Shreya, correct? Uh, ठीक है प्रज्वल, यस सेंट्रल विस्टा से आप लिंक कर सकते हो उसको. ओके, ऑल राइट. Fragile, yes. Fragile is another word, Vishal, absolutely correct for debilitating. Okay, the next slide for vocabulary is this: inevitable. That is ought to happen. Something that is certainly going to happen. So if we don't wear a mask and keep roaming around, the third wave is inevitable. It is going to happen. Okay, certain, unavoidable. The war was inevitable. If Pakistan keeps sending us drones, a war is inevitable. Bootstrapping, a very good word, important word as well. We haven't done this word in a long time in our editorial classes. So, bootstrapping is using what you have, managing with what you have, not being extravagant, not relying on anything else, but managing with whatever resources you have is bootstrapping. Next word, I hope you get what is bootstrapping. Next word is avaricious. Avaricious is very, very greedy. Greed for money, wealth, material gains is avaricious. Okay, so a lot of synonyms can be used for avaricious. Could you send me some synonyms in the chat box? Meek, yes, Shreya, can be used for the previous slide. Yes. Okay. Inevitable, imminent. Yes, Khushi, absolutely. Very good word. Inevitable can be related to imminent. Yes, it is about to happen in near future is imminent. Just remember, imminent हम near future के लिए use करते हैं. Immediate से याद करना imminent. Avaricious is greedy. Yes, Khushi, absolutely correct. So the next word is impound. What is impound? I'll repeat. हरिओम bootstrapping. Bootstrapping का मतलब होता है जब आपके पास लिमिटेड, जैसे मेरे पास 10 रुपए, ओके, एंड आई वांट टू बाय फूड फॉर माई सेल्फ, रादर देन बोरोइंग मनी फ्रॉम अदर पीपल, मैं इस 10 रुपए में ही मैनेज करूंगा. ओके, मेरे पास मेरा घर चलाने के लिए 20,000 रुपीज है. रादर देन टेकिंग लोन्स एंड बोरोइंग इट फ्रॉम पीपल और सेलिंग सम स्टफ, आई विल ट्राई टू मैनेज इट इन 20,000 रुपीज. तो जो आपके पास रिसोर्सेज है उसी में ही आप जब मैनेज करते हो, दैट इज बूटस्ट्रैपिंग. ओके. Sampurn, in future syllabus change. I did not get your statement, बच्चे. Okay. Avaricious, ठीक है. Acquisitiveness, ठीक है, बोल सकते. Materialistic, yes. Next word is impound. Impound का मतलब होता है जब law, under the law, कोई भी authority like police आपकी property seize कर लेती है, आपके belongings seize कर लेते हैं. जैसे मान लीजिए कोई भी vehicle है और वो under some loan था, and you're unable to repay that loan. So what is going to happen if you're unable to repay the loan? It will be impounded, it will be seized. Okay, otherwise if there's an accident that happens, the parties जो involved accident में car है, truck है, उसको seize कर लिया जाएगा. That seizing is impounding. Vehicles parked where they can and they cause an obstruction will be impounded, they'll be seized, and after giving a penalty only they'll be let to go. Bring to the fore. This is an idiom. Opposite vocab of bootstrapping, extravagant. Yes, absolutely. That is an antonym to it. Confiscate, very good word, Vishal. Confiscate is the word for impound. Absolutely synonymous. Okay. Yes, Abhiral, correct. Confiscate. Traffic police impounded your bike. What did you do, Moksh? What did you do with your bike? Why did they impound it? Were you driving too fast? Are you breaking traffic rules? Okay, bringing to the fore is making something known to people, making something important, making something popular is bringing to the fore. All right. So a number of low budget independent films brought new directors to the fore. They were shown to the public. People knew them. So these low budget films brought to the fore some very good directors. This is bringing to the fore. Now the last two words from today's editorial: immaculate, perfect, spick and span, without any dirt, immaculate appearance, immaculate handwriting, certainly not mine. Okay, mine is cacography. I have a word for dirty handwriting, cacography. So immaculate white suit without any dirt, crisp, clean, spick and span is immaculate. The next word is incompatible. Incompatible. Okay, we say these two people are incompatible. That means they cannot live together in harmony. Is incompatible. They don't go along well together. Is incompatible. If I'm trying to mix some music, I add some drum beats and the musician says it's incompatible. It doesn't go well with the music. All right. So although convinced that they were incompatible, she loved him. So they did not stay well together because they were not in harmony, but still she loved him. That is spectacular. Bol sakte ho? Yes. Yes. I forgot your name. Swaikshik. That is immaculate. Yes. Come into limelight, Abirul. Correct for come to the fore. Okay. Contradictory. Bol sakte ho? Not melodious. Bol sakte ho, Shweta? Yes for incompatible. All right. Now let's move on to just a minute. The articles. Now I'm not going to look into your chats now because I'll be explaining the article to you. So whatever doubts you have, please come up with it after I'm done with the discussion of the first article, and then you'll tell me the tone of the author. So wounded mountains, an article had to come on it. All of us, I'm sure, have seen the video of the landslide and how one big rock completely broke the bridge. And that is another thing. Approximately 11 people, 11 or 9, I'm not really sure, but I believe it's 11. So approximately 11 people were killed during this landslide that had happened in Himachal. Now, this happened after the second wave ended, and a lot of people were they were dying to go to the mountains and witness the beauty because they were stuck in their homes. But then they absolutely forgot that this weather is the worst in Himalayas. A lot of landslides happen. Now, why do the landslides happen? This article is about that actually. It will give us some food for thought. What are we actually doing with the mountains? And when I talk about that, I'm going to also talk about my home in Himachal and what we did with it. So we're going to talk about a couple of things in here in the article. I hope you understand what this article is about. Okay, so yes, Mehak, you have. Okay, message retracted. Tourist tragedy in Himachal Pradesh points to the importance of preserving ecology. Now, have we not been preserving our ecology? Mountains are pristine. We have been preserving them. Yet, why did this landslide happen? Why did this tragedy happen? This article talks about that. The tragic death of, 9 tourists. I was wrong with 11. It was 9. 9 tourists in landslip in Kinnaur district of Himachal Pradesh is another pointer to the fragility of the ecology of Himalayan states. जैसे हिमालयस थे, if you had kept them that very way, these landslides, these disasters were less likely to happen. But after we started constructing things, homes, roads, tunnels, bridges, for our own convenience, we are disturbing the ecology of Himalayas. And when we are disturbing it, the disturbance will come back to us. I'm sure you guys have seen the pictures of uh, the sea coast in Mumbai during monsoon. What happens? जितना dirt हम throw करते हैं ना sea में, the sea throws it back to us. You have to look at the pictures. Every single piece of dirt comes back on the shore, on the roads. The sea says, take it back, keep it with you. That's exactly what's happening in Himalayas. Extraordinarily heavy rain pummeled the state recently, leaving the hill slopes unstable and causing floods in build up areas, including Dharmshala. Okay, now Dharmshala is a place which is completely populated, completely commercialized with a lot of buildings. If you've been to Dharmshala, you know, and there was so much rainfall that even in a place that is so nicely made with concrete, there was a flood. And similarly, this heavy rainfall started disturbing the ecological structure of Himalayas because the boulders that were kept loose because of the high rainfall, they started coming off. The descending boulders from destabilized terrain जिसको disturb कर दिया था, disturb करोगे तो boulders loose हो जाएंगे, and once they are loose they're going to come down, which crushed a bridge like a matchstick, are a source of worry even for cautious local residents. देखो, हम कहते हैं टूरिस्ट है, अनवेरी है, दे create ruckus and disturbance, but local resident तो cautious है. वो local residents अगर cautious हैं, still they were so much worried because they haven't seen something of that sort. Uttarakhand is infamous for landslides. हिमाचल में इतने landslides होती नहीं थी, but right now the condition is the opposite. Usually it was considered that Himachal's hills are very very strong, and with the vegetation it has, the vegetation holds on to the soil. उत्तराखंड में इतना रॉकी है, नॉट अ लॉट ऑफ वेजिटेशन, सो बहुत सारी लैंडस्लाइड्स उत्तराखंड में होती थी. हिमालयस जो उस तरफ आते हैं हिमाचल में, द vegetation used to hold on to the boulders, sand, clay, whatever they have. And for unwary visitors such as the tourists traveling in a van, they can turn into a sudden disaster. And the van was stuck. And 9 tourists were killed in it. Himachal is famed for its scenic vistas, welcoming summer climate, and drew a few 100,000 tourists in June this year after COVID-19 relaxations were made. तो जैसे ही ये सेकंड लॉकडाउन हटा, हिमाचल ने बोला कि ठीक है, हमको कोई आरटीपीसीआर रिपोर्ट नहीं चाहिए, एवरीवन कैन कम टू अस, एंड एवरीबडी केम टू अस. Everybody came and everybody were stuck. There were justified alarm at the prospect of a fresh surge in infection, prompting Chief Minister Jairam Thakur to appeal to COVID-19 appropriate behavior. So Jairam Thakur said there is an increase in the cases. Please keep distance, wear a mask. People don't understand that. We don't understand that. Unfortunately, there was not enough vigil against travel to risky areas. देखो, उन्होंने Chief Minister Jairam Thakur said that you have to be careful about COVID cases, but he forgot this is the worst time in Himalayas. This is the time where landslides happen. He forgot to tell people that you do not have to venture into places that are risky, where landslides can happen. Spiti Valley, for example, that matter of fact. In the wake of a disaster year of tourism resulting in a mishap in Kinnaur's Basteri area. So they're saying, and that is the result what happened. It was a disastrous event that happened in Kinnaur's Basteri area. What should worry Himachal right now and neighbor Uttarakhand is that the states may be entering a phase of irreversible decline. So the author is now very much worried. The author says, okay, now what has happened because of the rainfall, because of the high number of tourists, COVID cases, but why is it at all happening? Why are these landslides so prone now, especially in Himachal where it shouldn't happen so much? That is because we are in an irreversible decline because of the losses to the ecology. आप roads बनाते हो, you cut mountains. आप tunnels बनाते हो, you make the mountains hollow from inside. You make bridges, you make dams. Dam से क्या होता है? वो जो water का natural flow है, you stop it. So bootstrapping an incompatible model of development in the hill. He calls it incompatible. He says this kind of development does not go well in harmony with the hills, representing a big hydroelectric project and large-scale construction activity involving destruction of forest, damming of rivers in an invitation to harm. You know, after you start entering Himachal, there, so Himachal में, Himalayas में roads कैसी होती है? Usually 1 lane or at max 2 lane. Okay, so एक side से traffic आता है, एक side से traffic जाता है. Once you enter Himachal from Shimla's side, 6-lane highway, like plains, mountains are cut, constant, 6-lane highways are made. Can you imagine 6-lane highway in mountains? कितना big chunk of mountain cut करना पड़ा होगा to make that 6-lane highway. So that is what is destroying. आपने big hydroelectric project बना दिया अपने benefit के लिए, लोगों के benefit के लिए, but it's going to harm you in long run. Mega hydropower, which Himachal Pradesh is working to tap as significant source of green power. They say हम ये hydropower use करेंगे, हम green power use करेंगे, हम pollution नहीं create करेंगे. There are substitutes. देखो green को inverted commas में लिख दिया है. यार, you call it green, but what are you doing? You are cutting trees to make green power. Is it not an irony? So that substitutes energy from fossil fuels could alter several aspects of ecology, rendering it vulnerable to the effects of extreme events such as cloudburst. Cloudburst हो सकते हैं, flash floods हो सकते हैं, landslide, earthquake, multiple things can happen when you're making this green power. So the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Energy during 1890 noted that the state could more than double its existing harnessed hydropower potential. They said itna increment हो सकता है आपकी power generation का after this hydropower project is created. Kinnaur is a focus point for such developments. And you know, Kinnaur में ही ये tragedy हुई. Centered around the potential of the glacially fed Satluj River. Kinnaur से Satluj River flow करती है. कहाँ से water आता है Satluj River में? Glaciers से. अब ग्लेशियर से वाटर आएगा, अगर ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट हो रहा है, वार्मिंग हो रही है, वाटर ज्यादा बढ़ेगा. बट वन साइंटिफिक एस्टिमेट वांट्स दैट एवरेशियस टैपिंग ऑफ द रिवर थ्रू ऑल प्लान्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स would impound nearly a quarter of its water in dams and divert a staggering 72% through tunnels. So उन्होंने क्या किया? पूरा natural structure of the river disturbed. Canals बना दिए, dams बना दिए. You've disturbed the entire river's structure. Other researchers studying the 2015 Nepal earthquake point to high seismicity causing fatal landslides. थोड़ा भी seismic wave आया, it will cause landslides and severe damage to hydropower structures in the Himalayas. And once a dam is disturbed, can you imagine what will happen after a dam is disturbed? We cannot, it's beyond imagination the kind of devastation it may cause. The cost of power produced was underestimated, while the potential was overestimated. Very nice line. कह रहा था पोटेंशियल तो आपने बहुत मान लिया कि इससे इतनी एनर्जी निकल के आएगी, बट जो कॉस्ट आप पे करोगे आपने अंडर एस्टिमेट कर लिया उसको, क्योंकि आपने कॉस्ट सिर्फ मनी वाइज निकाला कि इतना पैसा लगेगा ये डैम बनाने में. You forgot the cost that you will have to pay by disturbing the ecology by creating the dam. Evidently, it is impossible to assign a real value to the cost to people and communities. You cannot calculate the cost when lives are lost and communities are suffering, together with the loss of pristine forest that weak afforestation programs cannot replace. So it says you are cutting forest, you are making afforestation programs, but your programs are weak. This cost cannot be calculated. As catastrophic weather events inflict frequent heavy losses, Himachal Pradesh and other Himalayan states can only watch their ecological base erode. They don't have anything right now. They can just wait and watch for things to happen because you have disturbed the ecology. Changing course may yet preserve a lot of their natural resources, but right now what you can do is you can still think about changing your idea of how to keep the Himalayas green and ecological okay. Green does not mean planting trees. Green also means keeping it in the natural manner that they are. So you should also think about that. Beautiful article. Absolutely concerning. He is disturbed. It is tragic also. Correct, Aradhya. It is tragic. Yes, Yashashvi. As you sow, so shall you reap. Okay. So, melancholy, yes, he is unhappy, but more than unhappy, he is actually alarmed. So, criticizing completely. He is alarmed. He is criticizing. It is cautionary. Yes, Vanshi. Good. It is cautionary. The tone is also cautionary. He says, Sudhar jao bibi. Understand. Okay. So, concerned. Some parts sarcastic also. I had pointed that line out. Okay. By calling it green, it is sarcastic actually. Oh, okay. So, no, Riya, I will disagree. वो sympathetic नहीं है. वो sympathy नहीं दिखा रहा. He is worried. So, warning also can be a tone. Yes. Bellicose, yes. Hemendra, you can say that. All right. So, now this is the first article. Let's move on to the second one. But before that, if you're targeting 2023 CLAT, we have another batch for you. And this goes on for approximately 1.5 to 2 years. How much time we're left with? And this program has multiple tests, classes, doubt classes, PDFs, mock tests, and multiple things. So make sure you enroll yourself for this batch before it is too late, because the sooner you start, the better your chances are to get into your dream NLU. This is a counselor's number. Please speak to them before the batch is full. Now, okay, चलो थोड़ा सा sad article कर लिया, अब थोड़ा सा happy article करते हैं, थोड़ा motivating article करते हैं. Okay, so this article is absolutely about Mirabai Chanu. She is back to India. The kind of welcome she has received is beautiful, and we are ecstatic with the fact that she has finally won a medal for us. But there is a dark story behind that. She has a dark past. She doesn't have a past as beautiful as right now she has the present. The article talks about that, her hard work and how she had overcome her dark past. So let's discuss this. Okay. Uh, okay. All right. Yes, you have to learn foreign language phrases, Mehak. Yes, you have to learn them. From where you have to learn, you can find them online. You can find them in our Gradeup channel. If you are a paid, if you bought a paid course, then you will find them there as well. Okay, so she is certainly a heavy lifter. She has lifted a lot of heavy weight on her shoulders. Not merely the weight that she was lifting, but on her shoulders as well. Mirabai Chanu is the quiet champion who transcended the odds, held her dream, and made it come true. So odds हैं, it's a very motivational article actually. It doesn't matter what odds do you have to make things happen. So while I was teaching the CLAT 2021 kids, a child had sent me a video. दिनेश, आप लोग जानते होंगे, वो यूजुअली आता था. दिनेश had sent me a video. उसने क्या किया था, बिकॉज उसने अपना टैब रोप से टाई कर लिया था ऑन अ ट्री एंड ही यूज्ड टू सिट एंड वॉच द वीडियो नाइसली. सो ऑड doesn't matter. You have to make it beautiful for you. You have to make it happen for you. And this is the example of this year students. आप सोचो मेरे पास कितने examples होंगे 10 सालों में, मैंने कितने students पढ़ाए होंगे who have made it despite the odds that they have. I have really inspiring examples. Someday when we sit in a class, we'll talk about them. Mirabai Chanu's weightlifting silver medal in the 49 kg category at Tokyo 2020 was a rare Olympic triumph. Now the author calls it a rare victory. Triumph is victory, okay? Author calls it a rare victory. Why is this victory a rare? Disregarding the weight of expectations on her shoulders, ignoring the chasing pack of champion lifters. So, जो gold medalist था, उसको chase करना है, she'd ignored that. She said, I'm going to win my own race. The expectations that all the Indians had set on her, क्योंकि वो पहले भी participate कर चुकी थी Olympics में. She ignored all of that. Mirabai serenely soared to a height occupied by only a handful of Indians. Not everybody get a chance to win a medal for the country. She beautifully, serenely, without being bothered, without being anxious, she beautifully reached that height. The gold medal winner, China's Hou Zizi, was a cut above the rest. She was really high. उनका जो difference था वो बहुत high था. She was a cut above the rest. That means there was nobody even closer to her. But Mirabai was a clear second. Undoubtedly कोई भी आसपास नहीं था मीराबाई के भी. Unlike a majority of India's other Tokyo 2020 medal prospects who froze close to the finish. So बहुत सारे ऐसे competitors थे जो इंडिया की तरफ से थे, जिनसे expectations थी इंडियंस को, और वो उनके साथ क्या हुआ, फाइनल के आते आते तक they lost it. But Mirabai wasn't just good on paper or among the favorite in the form book. She was just really good. We had no expectations from her, and she did it tremendously well. She was great on the day it mattered the most. Past में क्या हुआ, it didn't matter. When the time came for the final medal, she was her best. A day before the event, Mirabai's coach BYJU'S Sharma had put in place a plan that would factor in his ward's strength and opposition. Final day, एक plan बनाया उन्होंने, coach ने, मीराबाई ने मिलके, and that brought them the victory. The gloriously gifted lifter has always been talented. We always knew she had the talent, but she had faced an enormous setback in her first Olympic, followed by periods of debilitating depression. So the first time she participated in Olympics, she failed. Okay, if I can use the word, she failed. And then she was depressed. She had stage fright. She couldn't face people. She had self-doubt if she could do it or not. But after fluffing 3 lifts at the last Olympic in Rio, Mirabai endured 5 silent years of quietly putting together a technique which would get her the Tokyo medal. So last Olympic, she could not get us anything. But 5 years, she quietly practiced. She missed her pizza as well, if you remember. And she just practiced quietly without telling everybody, देखो मैं इतना practice कर रही हूँ, इतने hours practice कर रही हूँ. No, she did it quietly. This involved putting her head down, clenching her fist around the lifting bar, and seeking immaculate balance, preparing for the spotlight. अब देखो ये कितनी beautifully written line है. ये लाइन बता रही कि कैसे put your head down, clutch the bar, make a balance. बट ये सिर्फ लिफ्टिंग के बारे में नहीं है, ये उनकी प्रिपरेशन के बारे में, उनकी लाइफ के बारे में. That don't listen to what anybody is saying. Put your head down, pay focus to what you want to do, make a balance of everything, and then lift it up. That's where victory is awaiting. She would barely go home, spending months to end in training camps. She would stay in training camps, prepare for months altogether. She would deny herself the pizza she loved. But now Domino's gives her free pizza. She would bring the fort to the Manipuri athlete's determination to hold steady on to sporting dream without seeking constant validation for her capability. Amma, मैं पढ़ाई कर रहा हूँ ना, मैं अच्छे से पढ़ रहा हूँ ना. You don't need validation if you're working hard to stay focused, and that will certainly give you results. The soft-spoken lifter was rarely seen or heard in the lead-up to the Tokyo Games. We did not see her, we did not hear about her. She was sweating it out in the company of weights. She was practicing, preparing to do the heavy lifting for a nation on the edge. Our nation is certainly not one of the highest winners. Our nation is at the edge. She brought the medal back to us. Beautifully written article, absolutely laudatory, undoubtedly. So, Shwetanshu, if you want to receive notification for your class, you have to subscribe to the channel and set a reminder for my video. Only then you'll receive a notification. अगली वैकेंसी कब आएगी क्लैट की? क्लैट में वैकेंसी मतलब अभी तो पहले रिजल्ट आएगा. ओके, तो आपको ये पता चलेगा आपको कौन सा एनएलयू मिला है, फिर आप उसकी फीस फिल करोगे, फिर सेकंड लिस्ट आएगी. ओके ओके, exactly, Abhiral. Absolutely correct. So elated, laudatory, completely motivating, praising, all beautiful things about her. Admiring, praiseworthy, all the positive ones. Cheerful, yes. Beautifully written article. I just hope it gives you some food for thought as well. So yes, that is our tone of the author. Now guys, I don't have a caricature for the day, but before I start discussing about anything, don't dislike कौन करता है ये? Haters and competitors. चलो जल्दी से like कर दो वीडियो एक बार और share कर दो ये वीडियो, है ना? That's my Guru Dakshina. Share this video in whatever groups that you are in, WhatsApp, Telegram, whatever groups you're in. Share it with all your friends, all who are preparing for CLAT. Ask them to watch this video if you like it, if you find this helpful, if you want this to continue. Okay? आदर्श, मैंने कल सबकी समरी चेक करी है. Shwetanshu, did you set the reminder for my video? If you don't set the reminder, you will not get it. Now guys, I am going to address, now I'm here for the last 5 minutes. I'm going to address those people who sat for CLAT 2021. Could you please send me your scores in the chat box? Your actual scores as per the answer key. At the last answer key that came out last night, what is your score? Send me your scores in the chat box if you are here. Okay? And for others, I am going to see you tomorrow with another editorial article. Actually, Shreya, correct. They are the real bugbears. Aapko yaad hai? It's beautiful that Shreya, you remember so many words. That is my Guru Dakshina actually. Jokes apart, this is my Guru Dakshina, that you are able to recall words and memorize words. Anyone who sat for 2021 CLAT, could you please share your scores? Okay. Bharti has sent me her score. Others? I don't think there are more people who have targeted CLAT 2021. Okay, 92. Vaivik, 92. 92 is a good score, Vaivik. You should certainly find a place in an NLU. Okay. Others? Okay, guys, so I don't think there are more people. I'm going to wind up this class now. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Work really hard. God bless all of you.